What if I told you that just 5 minutes a day could bend the edges of your reality? That a simple daily ritual done in silence with no one watching could quietly reshape the world around you? Most people would laugh. But one man did it. He believed reality itself could be edited by the human mind, and his name was Jacobo Grinberg. For decades, Jacobo was a respected neuroscientist in Mexico. He studied the human brain, mapping how we perceive the world. But behind the lab coat, he carried a secret conviction that consciousness was far more powerful than science dared to admit. While his peers studied neurons, Jacobo searched for something deeper, a hidden field that links every mind, every moment, every particle of reality. He called it the informational matrix, a kind of invisible web that connects everything. His theory was shocking. Reality, he said, is not fixed. It is molded by attention and shaped by emotion. The mainstream world called it impossible. Some called it dangerous, and quietly they pushed him to the edges of science. But here's the twist. While others dismissed him, Jacobo went further. He began experimenting with ancient shamans deep in Mexico, observing how they used focused intention to alter perception, heal the body, and even influence matter. He documented strange events, telepathic flashes, synchronized visions, minds blending across distance. It sounded impossible. And maybe that's why, just before revealing his most groundbreaking findings, Jacobo Grinberg vanished without a trace. No body, no goodbye, just gone. To this day, his disappearance remains unsolved, but his notebooks survived, and inside them lies what he called a forbidden method, a daily 5-minute practice to tap into the informational field and reshape your personal reality. This is what most people never heard about him. Not the lectures, not the theories, but the practice. The part he believed could change anyone's life, including yours. And in this video, you're going to discover it. I'm going to show you exactly how Jacobo's method works, why even 5 quiet minutes can rewire your mind, and how to do it safely, step by step. You'll also learn the real reason this method stayed hidden, and how to recognize the subtle signs that your reality is starting to shift. Because if you stay until the end, you'll have something rare, a key most people never find, a key that opens the door between thought and reality. Welcome to Awakened Synchronicity. If you're ready to explore the edge of consciousness, to try what the world told you was impossible, then start now by subscribing to this channel, because today your new reality begins. Before we talk about the method itself, we need to understand the strange idea behind it, because this is where everything begins. Most people try to change their lives by changing what's around them. They switch jobs, they change routines, they chase new goals. But Jacobo Grinberg believed that's not where real change comes from. He said reality doesn't start outside. It starts inside. Inside your mind, inside your perception, inside something far more mysterious than your brain. Grinberg called this idea the Syntergic theory. It sounds complex, but it's actually simple. He said that everything we see, our entire world, is like a projection created by our consciousness. Imagine a movie screen. The images on the screen look real, but they only exist because a projector is shining light through film. Grinberg believed our minds are like that projector. What you see as your life is the image, and your consciousness is the light that creates it. He didn't stop there. Grinberg said our minds are not isolated. They are connected to something he called the informational field, a kind of invisible web of energy and information that surrounds us all the time. It holds everything, every thought, every memory, every possibility. And here's the shocking part. According to him, this field doesn't just reflect reality, it responds to your focus. Wherever you place your attention, this field begins to reorganize itself to match. So when you focus on fear, the field echoes it back. When you focus on possibility, it brings you more of it. This is not about positive thinking or forcing fake happiness. Grinberg said it works on a deeper level. Beneath words, beneath logic, it's the emotional charge behind your focus that matters. The quiet energy of what you truly believe is real. That's what the field listens to. This is where most people go wrong. They try to change their outer actions, work harder, run faster, hustle more, but they never change their inner pattern, the invisible blueprint inside their mind that is quietly projecting their world. They fight the screen while ignoring the projector, and so their lives loop in circles. Grinberg noticed this while studying perception in the lab. He found that the brain doesn't just record reality like a camera, it builds it. When your senses bring in raw data, your mind interprets it, fills the gaps and builds a world around it. But what it builds depends on your beliefs, your expectations, your emotional state. In other words, your mind edits reality to match what you already assume is true. That means, if deep inside you believe nothing will change, your mind will filter out signs of change. If you believe life is hostile, you'll notice only proof of that. But if you quietly plant a new belief, your mind begins to look for evidence of it, and the informational field responds, slowly at first, then faster. This is the secret Grinberg tried to show. Reality is not fixed. It bends to the patterns of your consciousness, but you must shift the pattern first, not the picture. And you do that by learning to control your focus, your feeling, your inner state, even for just a few minutes each day. Because the moment you shift your inner pattern, the outer world has no choice but to follow. Grinberg often said the most extraordinary truths are hidden behind the simplest doors, and this method is exactly that. There is nothing complicated about it. No rituals, no chanting, no complex systems. It is only 5 minutes, and yet it contains everything. The secret is focus, emotion, and repetition, in silence. This is not silence as absence of sound. It is silence as presence, a living stillness that holds the entire field of reality inside it. Most people spend their lives running from silence, afraid of what they might hear inside, but Grinberg went the opposite way. He walked into the silence and listened. And what he found is that silence is not empty at all. It is full of potential, full of patterns waiting to form, full of the raw material from which reality is built. When you enter silence, the noise of the world dissolves. The chatter in your head fades. The weight of other people's opinions disappears. And in that clear space, your attention becomes powerful. It becomes like a beam of light. Grinberg believed attention is the tool that sculpts the informational field. Wherever attention flows, the field begins to shape itself. But attention is fragile. It scatters easily. It gets tangled in fear, in doubt, in distraction. This is why silence matters. It shields your attention. It gives it strength. Then comes emotion. Focus directs the field, but emotion charges it. Grinberg compared emotion to electricity. A thought without feeling is like a wire with no current. Nothing moves. But when emotion flows through it, the pattern comes alive. This is why your 5 minutes must not be cold or mechanical. You must feel, not pretend to feel, but actually invite the emotion of your desired reality into your body. Let it live in your chest, in your breathing, in your heartbeat. The field responds to that. It listens to your emotional signature more than your words. And finally, repetition. One spark can light a candle, but only steady heat can bake clay into stone. The first session plants a seed. The second waters it. The third gives it sun. Every day you repeat the practice, the pattern grows stronger in the field. At first it is faint, like a whisper, but repetition makes it loud. Eventually the new pattern becomes heavier than the old one, and when that happens, reality bends toward it. But there is one more rule, and it is the one most people ignore. It must be done privately. Grinberg warned that speaking about your intention too soon weakens it. When you share your vision, other people's doubt can entangle with your energy. Their disbelief becomes static that disrupts your signal. Even your own mind can sabotage it. When you talk, you shift from feeling to explaining, and explanation scatters the focus you've built. This is why he said to practice in complete secrecy. Protect your pattern like a flame in the wind. Guard it until it grows strong enough to shine on its own. This privacy also keeps you free from distraction. When no one knows what you are doing, there is no pressure, no expectation, no judgment. You are not performing for anyone. You are not seeking approval. You are simply aligning with the field. That purity matters. The method works because it is done quietly, without resistance, without noise. When you are ready to practice, find a place where silence can hold you. It does not have to be perfect. A corner of a room, a quiet space at dawn, any place where you can be alone with your mind for a few minutes. Sit down and let stillness settle on your body. Let your shoulders drop. Let your hands grow heavy. Close your eyes slowly, as if you are closing the world outside. Breathe long, slow breaths, each one deeper than the last. Feel your heartbeat begin to slow. Feel the ground beneath you. Imagine the noise of the day draining out of you, falling away like dust. Let the silence grow thick around you, like warm air. Soon, the surface chatter in your mind will start to fade. This is the doorway. You are now stepping into the space where reality listens. In this space, choose one intention, not 10, not a vague dream. 1. Shape it into a single sentence that holds the essence of what you want. It might be I am free, or I am healed, or I live in peace. Make it clear and simple. The field responds to clarity. If your intention is muddy, your signal will scatter. Hold this sentence gently in your mind. Do not shout it. Whisper it inside once or twice, like placing a seed into soil. Now begin to see it. Not from far away, not like watching a movie. See it as if you are inside it right now. Fill in the details. Where are you? What do you see? What do you hear? What colors surround you? Who is there? What are you wearing? What does the air smell like? The more vivid the image, the more deeply it imprints onto the field. Let your imagination become solid, rich, textured. And as the image sharpens, let emotion rise. Feel the way you would feel if this intention were already real. Not just happiness. Feel the exact emotion. Relief, joy, gratitude, peace, freedom. Let it glow in your chest. Let it warm your arms, your legs, your breath. Let it fill you until your body forgets this is only imagination. Your nervous system will not know the difference. It will believe it is real. That belief is the spark that makes the field respond. Stay in this state. Let the image and the emotion merge. You may notice your body growing lighter, as if floating, or heavier, as if sinking. You may feel time stretch. These are signs your attention is fully engaged. Stay there, just being, just radiating this state into the silence. Then, gently release it. Let go of the image. Let the feeling fade. You are not erasing it. You are handing it to the field. Grinberg said this moment of release is vital. Clinging traps the pattern inside your mind. Releasing sets it free to grow. Trust that the field has received it. Trust that reality is already rearranging itself around your new signal. Smile, even if only a small smile. That smile tells your body the work is done. It closes the loop. It signals your mind to rest. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Slowly, softly. Return to the world as if carrying something delicate inside you. Move gently. Speak gently. Let the silence echo around you for a while longer. Do not talk about what you saw. Do not look for signs. Looking pulls you back into doubt. Talking drains the energy before it takes form. The seed must stay underground until it is strong enough to break the surface. So go on with your day as if nothing happened, while knowing everything has already begun to change. Repeat this every day. 5 minutes, same time if you can, same place if possible. This rhythm trains your mind. It also tells the field you are serious. Grinberg believed the field responds faster to steady signals. The first few times your mind will resist. It will wander. It will try to escape the silence. That is normal. Return anyway. The power is not in intensity, it is in consistency. As you practice, something subtle begins to shift. Your focus sharpens. Your emotions answer faster. You enter the state more quickly, more deeply. The silence becomes familiar, even magnetic, and then the world around you begins to ripple. Small coincidences, sudden opportunities, people treating you differently, ideas arriving out of nowhere. These are not accidents. They are the field rearranging itself to match your new pattern. But this only happens if you keep it private, if you protect the practice from the noise of the world. Let it be your hidden ritual, your private doorway, because in these 5 silent minutes, you are not escaping reality. You are editing it, not by force, not by effort, by alignment, by tuning yourself to the pattern of the life you want until the field has no choice but to reflect it back to you. Grinberg often said the first signs of change are like whispers, easy to miss if you are not listening. After you begin this 5-minute method, the world may look the same at first glance. Your life may seem unchanged on the surface, but if you pay attention, small ripples begin to appear. You might wake up feeling lighter, for no clear reason. People who used to ignore you might suddenly smile. A problem that felt tangled may untie itself without effort. These are not coincidences. They are the first responses from the field, subtle acknowledgements that it has received your new pattern. You may notice synchronicities, those strange alignments where the outer world echoes your inner state. You think of someone and they call you. You imagine a symbol and it appears on a billboard. You speak about an idea and the perfect opportunity shows up the next day. To most people, these moments seem random. But Grinberg believed they are signals, threads of the field weaving your intention into the fabric of reality. Each one is like a quiet nod from the universe. Keep going, you are on the right track. Sometimes the signs come as sudden insights. A problem you've struggled with for years suddenly makes sense. A new idea appears fully formed in your mind. Your intuition sharpens. You begin to notice connections between things that never seemed connected before. This is your consciousness expanding into new patterns. Your brain is literally rewiring itself to match the state you practiced in silence. And as this continues, your emotional tone shifts. You find yourself calmer, more patient, more trusting, even when nothing obvious has changed yet. This is one of the strongest signs of progress. The field begins to rearrange from the inside out. Your outer life may still be catching up, but your inner atmosphere is already different. You wake each day with a quiet sense that something good is coming, even if you cannot name it yet. Grinberg explained why the results start small. Your brain is built on patterns. Neurons that fire together wire together. For years you've been wiring the same loops of thought and emotion. The 5-minute method starts creating new loops, but the old ones don't vanish overnight. At first the new connections are fragile, like tiny roots. They need daily attention to grow stronger. Each session strengthens them, just as lifting weights strengthens muscle fibers. And as these new neural pathways become dominant, your behavior shifts, your perception shifts, and the field around you responds. It is like turning a great ship at sea. The movement is slow at first, almost invisible, but once it starts, the momentum builds. Each day the turn becomes sharper. Soon you are facing a completely new direction. This is why Grinberg insisted on consistency. Reality will not jump until your signal becomes steady. The field does not respond to scattered bursts of desire. It responds to persistent patterns of being. There are countless stories of people who transformed their lives with this simple practice. One woman who felt trapped in an unfulfilling job began the 5-minute method each morning before work. She visualized herself working from home, free and joyful. Within weeks, she started receiving freelance offers from unexpected places. Within months, she had built a new career without forcing anything, just by aligning daily with that vision. Another man who lived with constant anxiety used the method to imagine himself calm and confident. At first, nothing seemed different, but after a few weeks he noticed he was speaking more easily in meetings, sleeping more deeply, and handling stress without panic. The people around him began responding differently, trusting him more, inviting him to lead. His inner shift had rippled outward. These stories echo what Grinberg observed. Small daily alignments create cascading effects. The field does not leap, it unfolds. One tiny shift opens the way for the next, and the next, until your whole life has turned without you even noticing the moment it happened. This is the power hidden in those 5 minutes. But this power only blooms with consistency. That is the key. Many people overlook. They expect fireworks on day one, and when nothing explodes, they quit. They break the chain before the pattern takes root. Grinberg taught that the method must become a ritual as natural as brushing your teeth. Choose the same time each day, if possible. The same place. This repetition conditions your mind to enter the state quickly. It also sends a clear signal to the field. I am serious. Consistency is proof of your commitment, and commitment amplifies your signal. Treat it like sacred time. Even if life is busy, protect those 5 minutes. If you can, do it when the world is quiet, early morning or late at night. These hours carry less noise, less mental interference from others. Your mind is softer then, easier to shape. Light a candle if it helps you focus, or sit by the same window each day so your body begins to associate that space with silence. These small anchors strengthen the ritual. To help your belief grow, record the signs you notice. Keep a small journal near your practice space. Each time something aligns, an insight, a coincidence, a lucky break, write it down. No matter how small, this builds proof for your logical mind. It shows your subconscious that the method is working. Belief is like fuel. The more you gather, the faster the pattern strengthens. Reading back over these notes on days of doubt can reignite your trust. Doubt will come. It always does. The mind will whisper, "This is silly. Nothing's happening." On those days, shift your focus from outcomes to feelings. Ask yourself, how do I feel right now? If you feel calm, lighter, even slightly happier, that is progress. The feeling is the signal. The outer results are only echoes. Trust that the field is already working behind the scenes. If you miss a day, do not let guilt poison the practice. Guilt creates resistance, and resistance scrambles your signal. If you miss, simply return the next day, gently, like slipping back into a warm pool. The field does not punish breaks. It only responds to the state you bring now. Restart with curiosity, not shame. Each session stands on its own. What matters is not perfection, but persistence. Remember that even on days when nothing seems to move, the roots are growing underground. Bamboo spends years building roots before it shoots up almost overnight. Your reality is doing the same. The field rearranges slowly, silently, invisibly, until it doesn't, till suddenly the world looks different and you can no longer remember how it used to be. Grinberg believed this was how all transformation works. Not through struggle, not through forcing, through quiet alignment, repeated daily, until reality has no choice but to shift. Every small sign is a promise. Every session is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. And if you keep painting, day after day, the image will eventually appear, not as a dream, but as the world around you. So protect your ritual, guard your silence, watch for the whispers, and keep showing up, even when your mind doubts, even when nothing seems to happen, because something always is, beneath the surface. Beyond, in the field, Grinberg discovered, where attention shapes everything, and everything is waiting to become what you choose. Every single day, the world pulls us outward, into noise, into urgency, into distraction. We spend our lives reacting to what's already happened, chasing outcomes that slip through our fingers, wondering why nothing really changes. Jacobo Grinberg saw through that illusion. He showed us that true change does not come from chasing the outer world. It comes from planting new seeds in the invisible field that shapes it. And the astonishing truth is, it only takes 5 quiet minutes. Think about that for a moment. 5 minutes. Not hours of effort, not years of struggle, just a tiny space carved out of your day where the noise falls away and you stand alone with your own mind. In that stillness, you are not powerless, you are not small, you are the architect, shaping the raw material of reality with your focus, your emotion, and your belief. These minutes might seem small, but they carry the weight of entire lifetimes. Every image you form, every feeling you breathe into it, is like a seed dropped into fertile soil. It disappears from sight, but beneath the surface, it begins to grow. And what grows from these seeds is not just random luck, it is alignment, it is synchronicity. It is a world that starts bending itself around who you are becoming. It won't crash down in one dramatic moment. It will appear quietly, like the first light before dawn. A little more peace, a small, unexpected opportunity, a sudden feeling of being supported by life itself. This is how the field answers, slowly at first, then all at once. So here is the invitation. Try this tonight. When the day ends and the world goes quiet, step into your own silence. Sit still, close your eyes, let the noise drain away, and for just 5 minutes, live inside the reality you want most. See it, feel it, breathe it, smile as if it's already here. Then release it into the field like a bird set free. Let it go, and trust that it will return, bigger, brighter, more real than you can imagine. Do not underestimate what can happen when you do this consistently. One quiet seed today becomes a forest in the future. Your reality is not fixed. It is listening, and it is waiting for you to speak, not with words, but with the energy you carry inside you. Grinberg's work reminds us that you are not just drifting through life. You are shaping it, moment by moment, thought by thought, feeling by feeling. If something inside you stirred while watching this, if even a small part of you felt that spark, honor it. Don't let it fade back into noise. Carry it forward. Begin your own 5-minute ritual tonight and keep going. Watch how your inner world begins to bloom and how your outer world follows it like a shadow. And if this message spoke to you, if it reminded you of the power you already carry within, then take a moment right now to like this video and subscribe to our channel Awaken Synchronicity for more of Jacobo Grinberg's forgotten teachings. There is so much more to explore, hidden methods, lost experiments, and mind-bending truths about the nature of reality itself. This is just the beginning. The real journey starts the moment you close your eyes.